So I've been thinking a lot about the colorblind argument and why it's so triggering for a lot of people. And I came up with this analogy. It's a little rough around the edges, but I think it does a decent job of illustrating why saying that you're colorblind can actually sound delusional to black people. Okay, so imagine that there was this mile-long oval track and all of American society was required to run laps around this track in order to acquire resources for living. And the rule is for every one lap that a person completes around the track, they're rewarded with a certain amount of resources. But there's one catch. The way the system was set up a long time ago is that if a runner happens to be black, then they have to run 2 laps in order to get the same amount of resources that a white person would get after only running just 1 lap. Plus, if any white person suspects that a black runner is cheating or looks suspicious for any reason, the black runner can be sidelined indefinitely, which means they don't get any access to any resources. Now, this system does not stop anyone from being friends with each other or from running alongside of one another or from having relationships with one another. And if they have the resources, anybody can purchase pretty much anything they want. They can grow their resources with investments and they can go anywhere they want. But there's nothing that an individual white runner can do to eliminate the whole 2-to-1 ratio. That part is baked into the system, and it would take a collective effort of the majority of the white runners to change or dismantle that rule. However, they can choose not to get the black runners unfairly sidelined. So there's that. Now, after running a few laps, the white jogger may sometimes get tired and need a rest. But the black jogger gets completely exhausted because, again, they had to run twice as many laps to get to the same amount of resources. And not only that, they have this low-level frustration because they know that they have to overcome certain obstacles to get those resources that the white jogger gets with less effort. Now, to the naked eye, it just looks like a bunch of people running around this track. And many of the white people aren't even aware of the 2-to-1 ratio because the people who devised that system aren't around any longer. So they may think, why do the black people have this chip on their shoulder? Why are they always blaming us for being biased? I don't even see color. I just see runners. I don't care what color the runner is. In fact, a lot of my close friends happen to be black runners. But to the black runner, who has to constantly run twice as much to get the same resources and be worried about potentially getting sidelined over something that they see white runners doing with impunity, they don't have the luxury of not seeing color. And what saying that I don't see color communicates is that either you don't realize that the system is rigged, or you do, but you're not about to do anything to help because you're busy running your laps too. So if you stop to help dismantle a system that mainly works to your advantage, you'll miss out on your resources. So that's essentially the colorblind delusion. That's why black people aren't impressed when they hear a white person say that they're colorblind. It may make you feel better about yourself, and I'm sure it's coming from a genuine place, but it doesn't really help to solve the problem. Plus, black people know that no matter how good of a person you think we are, the system is still working against us. And we obviously don't want our lives to be any harder than they have to be. So saying that you're colorblind simply means that we can't really count on you to do your part in helping to dismantle this system, because you can't even see it. And until the system gets dismantled for everybody, which sounds perhaps unrealistic to a lot of white people, dismantling an entire system, but that just tells you how far-reaching the system actually is. And I assure you that Black people want nothing more than to share in your joy of not having to be hyper aware of your skin color all the time. I hope this helps. Please share, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you for watching. I add new videos daily, so make sure you click to subscribe so you don't miss out. And if you want to see the next insight, just click on over to the right. You can also follow me on Instagram @LightWatkins, and I look forward to seeing you next time.